Hello there, I'm Lloyd Evans. Welcome to the bunker. It's time for another voicemail. Today's voicemail is from Christine. Let's listen to what Christine has to say.
Hi, Lloyd. My name is Christine. I'm calling from Idaho in the United States. I have a question for you, and you are more than welcome to use this recording in one of your videos. First, let me say I love your videos. I was never a Jehovah's Witness. However, in my early 20s, I moved around some Jehovah's Witness family members, and they did talk me into studying with them. I did go to a few meetings. We went to a convention, again, taking advantage of a girl in her early 20s who doesn't know anything about real life. Anyway, my question is, your videos have been very educational, and I still have family members that I see that are very pushy on the Jehovah's Witness stuff. So your videos have given me a great amount of detail and information that I can come back with when they're trying to push their beliefs on me. But my question is when I know in my mind, I know educationally that the Jehovah's Witness religion is not true at all. But when I watch the videos that you show when you're doing your rebuttals, what is it that you think that still stirs up this like weird emotion in me when I see their propaganda videos, when they're showing somebody getting baptized or showing people in the quote unquote paradise? How come you think people still get that feeling in their heart, that kind of bump in their throat, and why? I just wonder why you think that happens. Is it something that's just in all humans? Let me also say that I was raised very, very Mormon from birth all the way till I graduated high school. So that was kind of ingrained in me young to feel emotional about spiritual things. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's just all humans in general. Anyway, your thoughts on it would be interesting. So just wondering. Also, again, thank you so much for providing these videos to us, for those of us who do have family members that are in the Jehovah's Witness religion, because it's nice to have some actual scientific backing when they come at me with, oh, well, this and this and this. And I can say right back to them, well, scientifically speaking, no. Anyway, great. Thank you. Thank you for providing this service to us. We appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Well, what a lovely message. Thank you so much, Christine. You were very gracious with your praise and with your kind words. And I very much appreciate what you have to say about the channel. That's a great question. I don't know what to say, really. I suppose psychologists would be better equipped than I am to actually explain how it all works. All I know is that they know what they're doing when they're making this stuff. I've said repeatedly that if you can make your arguments emotional, or give them emotional weight, or give your material emotional weight, you don't really need to be persuasive. You don't really need logic. And what you're describing there is, I think, what many people can relate to, which is knowing that it's BS, knowing that it's a load of nonsense. And, this is coming in your case from someone who has experience in the Mormon church, the Latter-day Saints church as well. So you've seen all sorts of nonsense in your life. I'm intrigued to know what it's like to be raised not just Mormon, but very, very Mormon, as you say. So yeah, you've seen it all, and you've been exposed to a lot of manipulation and propaganda, And I'm aware that the Mormons, by the way, also produce video materials. In fact, they've been doing it longer and with more frequency, at least, than Jehovah's Witnesses have. So you've seen this material, and it sounds like it still has a little bit of a tug on you at times. And again, I think we can relate to it. And the fact that we find their story moving, or we get swept along by emotion when we see them welling up with tears on camera, doesn't mean that we are agreeing with them. It doesn't mean that we share their view. We can have these conversations on a daily basis. We can have conversations with people with whom we profoundly disagree, and we can see them speaking passionately about something. But that doesn't mean we have to agree with what they're passionate about. We can recognize the passion in them, the emotion in them, without agreeing with their viewpoint. So, in short, again, psychologists will have more polished, more relevant things to say about the exact dynamics of what's happening in cult propaganda. But for what it's worth, I don't think that there is anything wrong at all with being able to relate to this material and feeling even conflicted at times, even feeling like, wow, do I need to go back to the drawing board? I think that's a normal response. I really do, especially when you've been subjected to a lot of indoctrination in the past. And I realize you've never been a Jehovah's Witness, but presumably, at least from the Mormon angle, you can understand what it's like to have this stuff coded into you so that you do end up thinking, oh, have I made a mistake here? Should I just check back on some of the decisions I've made? It's perfectly normal. It's just that when we're dealing with cults and we're dealing with manipulative groups, it's important to ground ourselves in logic and ground ourselves in facts. And that's why I always say research, research, research. If you don't do the research, then this stuff is frankly dangerous. The propaganda that I comment on, it's dangerous. Because if you're not equipping yourself with the logical responses to the emotionally manipulative material that's being thrust at you, then it can work. So, yeah, again, nothing abnormal in what you're commenting on. Perfectly understandable and relatable. The reasons why it works, again, psychologists will know better. But it just goes to show that we need to equip ourselves. Those of us who've been in cults, that is, we need to equip our minds with the tools necessary to logically counter and logically distance ourselves from the manipulative material that we're being subjected to if we choose to watch that sort of stuff, which not everyone does, thankfully. But thank you so much for your voicemail. I hope you found some or all of what I've had to say useful. If you would like to leave a voicemail, the thing to do is go to speakpipe.com/Cedars, remembering to indicate clearly if you don't want me to broadcast your message on this channel. But that's all we have time for. Thank you so much for watching.